Hi, my name is Stephanie, and today I want to present to you the juxtaposition of Asian American sentiment due to the coronavirus, but also due to the increasing popularity of Asian American representation in media in the United States. These polarizing views on my community really affect how I take my daily life and how I view myself um, due to my own personal racial identity of being Asian American living in the United States. So, first, I want to talk about the negative adverse effects of COVID on the Asian American community. Ever since the initial onset of the pandemic in March 2020, there have been almost more than 3,000 plus hate crimes towards the Asian American community, specifically towards our elderly. And even on not a extreme level or violent level, there have been a lot of passive aggressive comments. Specifically, I want to talk about when ex-President Trump called it the Chinese virus or the Kung flu. Now, I remember when this came out, and I personally felt really frustrated and upset because there were a lot of people defending him. He was defending himself, saying that it came from China, so it's called the Chinese virus. Um, and kind of making it more lighthearted, but I felt that it really painted a target on the Asian American community and almost shifted the blame towards a community that wasn't even to blame. There isn't anyone to blame um, for this pandemic, but it really shifted the blame towards my community. Now, I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by a wonderful and accepting community, but I know based on the location I am in Texas that I was worried going shopping or going outside, not necessarily in fear of, being hate crimed, but kind of worried that, I would be confronted mainly only because of my race and, you know, for no other reason than that. When I just want to, enjoy my day out. And so it's like a combination of lucky, like a gratefulness of how lucky I was, but also feeling really frustrated and upset due to kind of this lack of support for the Asian community during these times, and also being really worried for my own personal and my family's personal safety as well. Um, but on the flip side of things, there's been this negative view on Asian Americans. I also feel that there's an increasing of popularity as well in my community due to the increasing representation that we're having in the media, which I'm really excited about. This can include, Pixar's latest short film being Bao, about the little steam bun. The movie Crazy Rich Asians having an all Asian cast, or also the live action remake of Mulan being a little more historically accurate. There have been also increases of popularity in television, increasing popularity of Japanese anime, and also in the music industry. There are a lot of Filipina artists that are being pushed into the spotlight, and also a lot of Korean artists, specifically also BTS or K-pop in general, of being a lot more popular in the United States as well. And for me, I feel, since I do identify as Asian American, it's really cool to be able to see people that look like me and share my culture, kind of share the same experiences that I do. Even if we might not share the exact same culture, it's really satisfying and gratifying and exciting to see kind of that representation outside of being the nerd or being, comic relief, or being, just a super smart person, and seeing the Asians in a lot of different roles across the board in media. And so with these two polarizing views, I find that personally myself, I'm kind of stuck in this place of being really proud of my heritage, being proud of my race and my ethnicity, but also, wanting to hide that as well due to, public response due to the coronavirus. And so I feel like there's still a long way to go for one for Asians to be recognized as real human beings for who we are as individuals and not just celebrated or hated upon for our race and how we look. But I'm very excited to see where we go in the future because of the increase of Asians in media, but also how the coronavirus will affect the view on our community as well.